Hello everybody, welcome back to the next episode of FTB Inventions. We are back here and in action, I tell you. A couple things of note. I actually had to change this up. I had to add in some dense cable here. It wasn't recognizing all of the ME interfaces, so a little bit of a change on that system. Not sure why it used to, but anyways, that's a different story altogether. Also, like many of you commented, thank you so much for the comments, by the way. I love you all. I really do appreciate them. Many of you commented, well, Kryllyk, you silly, silly man, you. You can make snowballs. There's a thing called a glacial precipitator. Indeed, there is a glacial precipitator, and I did set it up here to get us some snowballs, as well as ice. I decided, why not? Let's get another one for ice, and all that we have is basically an aqueous accumulator down there, pumping water into those two blocks, and I tied it into the system with oak trim, and again, another slave right in behind there, just to make it all work and be connected. I also set up some coal dust, but we're out of coal. In the pulverizer here, I did do the nullification chamber. So what that does is it destroys the excess secondary output, because I don't need more sulfur. We're good to go on sulfur all the time, no big deal. And in here, we did refined iron ingots, but this is messed up for some reason. That's fine, because we're pretty much out of coal is the main thing, because our coal dust is then limited, etc., etc. So we're just going to do that, make sure that it doesn't do it again. Okay, good. No, you're not supposed to work. There, okay, get coal again. All right, fine. We're fine now. It's maxed out. It's not going to do anything. That's good. So we do need to get more coal. I also need to get more shiny ingots from our EE system. We have the fused quartz fully automated and ready to go. We got lots of resources right now. We're sitting pretty good overall. We've got over 1 million blaze rods. We got ender pearls. We're doing pretty well. In here, we've done blitz powders. And I've also set up tesseracts as well to be automated fully with the system, so that's good. And yeah, things are going very, very well. I'd like to get this guy automated as well, the slice and splice with crafting, but we'll worry about that in a little bit here. Back in base, let's quickly get ourselves a little bit more shiny. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. It takes a lot. Shiny's very expensive. I would actually prefer to not get it out this way, but we haven't gotten to the quarry stage or anything like that yet, so that'll all come in due time. So that'll give us a little bit more, which is good. And then I want to get some more coal as well. 8, I think that's right. No, one too many. It's fine. It's fine. All right, we'll get a whole bunch of coal as well. Luckily, coal, pretty darn cheap. Anyways, so this is where we're at in the current world. Now, the only thing that we need to work on now is I want to get the rest of the stuff from the other base back over or moved over to here. And the main reason for that is pretty straightforward. We need everything to be centralized. We're not going to be using that desert base any longer, so we need to get our power storage over here. And to do that, I started setting up intersection B over here. So I made another little intersection just off the other way, and I set up this nice little simple square room. And this is going to be one of our first power rooms. And I ran some dense cable over here just to a terminal, just like we did in the other room over yonder. So what I want to put in here is reactant dynamos. We probably will also do big reactors. We're not going to do advanced generators, I don't believe, in this world. I'll probably end up doing those in unstable, is my plan. So what I want to do is I want to get the automation done up of the reactant dynamos into that room. I also want to make a whole bunch more of them. So if we can make quite a few more, but as you can see, oh, so we got that room, we got this starting to branch off. I love it. So we have like our main dome, and then we're starting to branch off. Like we started in one and we're like, oh, we need this, we need that, and just kind of branched off and around. So very good stuff. But we do need to get these reactant dynamos up and running, and for that we need the essence and the blaze powder itself. Now we do already have blaze powder automated in the other base, so we don't require this little setup that we have here with the macerator, which is kind of nice, which means we don't have to worry about IC2 power or anything like that as well. So there's definitely some pros there to not having to worry about some of that stuff. But we do need to get the mob essence itself over to the other base, which we should be able to do quite easily. Let's see. Let's do it through a tesseract, I think. Yeah, I think a tesseract's the better way to go here. So we can get a couple tesseracts pretty easily now because we can automate them. And I haven't set up the automation for the dimensionals yet. So let's get 2 tesseracts. Go. So there's our first one, because I already had most of the stuff already prepared. And there's our second one. Oh, that was fast. Oh, I like that. Okay, good. That was nice and quick. I love it. It's so nice having all those resources available at all times. Okay, so first things first, because we're not moving the Blaze and Enderman yet, this is going to be our main source for tying in to the mob essence itself. So let's tie in. Where do we want to tie in? Where can we tie in for this thing? I guess we have fluid lines running right underneath here, don't we? So let's actually put it right down there. Yeah. And this guy will be disabled. Mind you, we could pull some lava over as well. That could be a thing. But anyways, we are going to insert that. And what we're going to do is we are going to... Oh, I need to privatize this, don't I? Yeah, we need to get those privatized. I almost forgot all about that. I'm so not used to playing on a server with other people and making sure to like lock all my stuff. So that's a thing. Let's head on back down and we will build the, I believe it's a signalum lock that we need to get these things done. So we'll probably need to add that to the signalum lock. This guy right here, security lock. Yeah, that's the one. Bronze. Oh, we need signalum nuggets. Okay. We can do that. We'll make that also a pattern. Good. And we'll get the signalum lock. We'll make that a pattern as well. And we'll make 2 of them. And then what we're going to do is we will combine the tesseract with that. Is that not what it is? No? No? Pretty sure that's what I thought it was. No? Okay. This guy. Lock. Oh, and then signalum nuggets around the sides. Okay, that's what it is. Alright, so we'll put that in there. We'll put that away and that away. And then we need to get the signalum back again here. Good. Signalum. And boom, boom, boom. Okay, so that will give us the tesseract that we actually require. Good. So we need 1 of those and we need 2 of those. Very nice. All right, so we can store those in the system over here with all of our molecular assemblers and just kind of make sure that these things work properly. Now, when we look this up, are we going to be able to tell the difference? Yeah, so the one with the owner, that's the one that we want to use. Okay, good. All right, so we have this set up now correctly so that we will basically only make privatized ones, which is very good. And then from there, we can now get our mob essence over. And I'm going to make a decent amount of reactant dynamos. I think that's going to be our main power. I'm thinking we're going to move this entire capacity bank over, as well as all of these dynamos. So I think that's a good idea. So that's insert. Good. We can set this up. This is going to be restricted. Owner only. Yeah, that's the one. And we will set this up. Let's go with number 5. And we're going to go with mob essence. Okay, very good. We're going to add that. And we're going to set the frequency to that. And this is not going to receive items. It's not going to receive energy. It's just going to receive fluid. Okay, good. So fluid should be going in there and getting set up. Perfect. Now when we head back to the other base here, what should happen is we can set up this tesseract in our power room down there in intersection B. I thought about naming it intersection P for power, but you know, I thought that would be a little lame. So we can set this up in intersection B to work with all of that. We can get some reactant dynamos. About 12 of them should be a pretty decent number to start, as well as all of the augments. So we just need this one for 12, and the rest we can get with the E3. So let's do that. So we'll get the augments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. And 12. Okay, so those will work quite nicely, and each one of these is going to produce 640 RF per tick. So 12 times 640 is a pretty big number that I like to see. Okay, so we have the tesseract, we have the reactant dynamos. I guess it's just a matter of determining exactly how we want to set this all up. So let's see. We can definitely go with rows, and what I'm thinking is, we go with rows, we run the energy conduits right down the middle here. And the glorious thing about Ender IO is that we can run all of the things down the same line. So we can run the Ender fluid conduits as well as the item conduits all down the exact same line, right down the middle here. And it should function correctly, if I'm not mistaken. So we can then run the item without double clicking. Good, 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 and good. So we have all three running down the middle. Now we can run the reactant dynamos just along the bottom, for example, and then we'll start running some up the side as well. And they're connecting. Excellent. Okay. So, first things first, the fluid is going to be an insert at all of them. So, we're going to be an insert, click, 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 click. Just by clicking on the arrows themselves, with any wrench, for that matter, will automatically adjust those settings. So, you don't have to go into each and every one if you are doing a mass thing like this. So, all of those will be inserting. Good. Now, by theory, what we could do is we could run this tesseract right here at the end and kind of wire it all in together. But I think instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually run it underground. Why? I don't know. I haven't really decided that yet. We'll see. But what I'm thinking is we can go right down here. Oh, yeah, this is the zombie spawner that's underneath my power room. I know, right? It's fine. No big deal. Little zombies never hurt nobody. Okay, good. And our system should be right over here. Good. Okay. Excellent. All right. So this is what we're going to tie into our AE system as well. So we are going to just run the tesseract. Let's do it right here. And this guy will be set to owner only. Good. It's going to send, no. Oh, dang. I messed up the other one. Receive only. Okay, good. So this is going to actually receive the fluid only. The other one's supposed to be send only. I'll have to make that adjustment. But what we'll do is then we will run the ender conduits off of this, up and over. Good. And this will be an extract always active. So what should happen once it's all set and corrected, we should get the mob essence over here. Good. The next thing that we need to run is we need to run the item conduits down here as well. So I want to run the item conduits basically to there. Yeah, that'll work perfect. Good. And good. Actually, Hold on. Item conduits can't connect there, can they? No, they are not connecting properly there. Okay, that's a bit of a situation. We do not want that to happen. So, let's remove these because they're not connecting appropriately to the system. So we can remove all of the item conduits, and we will actually need to run them down the side here, which is something that I didn't really want, but that's okay. It's fine. I really wish you could put them through the top as well. That would be grand. All right, we got the item conduit there. Okay, good enough. It's weird that you can input the fluid, but not the items. That's just my opinion, though. And then basically what we're going to do is same kind of thing. We are going to set these to insert mode. Just like that, and like that. Like that. And can we get the third one? I don't know if I can. Not from this angle. All right, let me finish setting this up and fixing my Tesseract, and we will carry on from there. Alright, so now we need an ME interface as well as a few other things here to kind of complete this thing. By the way, I did need to also put the fluid conduits on the side to get the mob essence into the dynamos. But we have all of the augments installed. We're pretty much ready to go to start these things pumping by theory. But we do need to set up now the system for the blaze powder itself. So let's quickly get a bit of blaze powder. A stack should do quite nicely. And what we want to tell it is to always keep a stack of blaze powder in there. Now we could actually say, you know what? Let's keep 3 stacks of blaze powder. You know what? Let's keep all of this full of blaze powder at all times. That way we're always max producing additional blaze powder all the time. It's probably a good idea. Okay, and all we're going to do then is we're going to run over our smart cable, and you know what, we might as well branch it right off of this one up here, because sure, why not? We don't need any of these actually connecting, which is going to be rather annoying, but that's okay. We can just quickly get this done and out of the way, out of the hairs. Good. Can we do this? Oh yeah, we can. Okay, good. All right, perfect. So we have our setup down here. I think that should work. So without further ado, let's connect onto this. And this is going to be always active. There we go. It's pulling out blaze powder. Perfect. And this one is fully stocked of blaze powder. Very good. We're going to round robin enable that. And the other thing that I want to get, and actually it might not matter. It might not matter in the long run. Yeah, it won't matter, I don't think. So we're just going to leave it exactly like that. Perfect. Works for me. So the next step is basically getting this energy to where we want it to go. Now, at the moment, I've been using dimensional transceivers for all of my energy needs. But I think what we need to do first is we need to get our storage over here a little bit more up. You know, just get a lot more of it. And I think that this is a pretty good idea. So let's get some more vibrant things. We'll get a few more because they're really easy to get with exchange. So let's get a couple more of those. Good. 9 of them. That's a pretty decent start to a good capacitor bank right there. So we're going to run over here. And what I've decided, I think, for this, I'm actually going to remove all of the floor here and put it as the floor. For some reason, this seems like a very good idea to me. I don't know why, but it does. Perfect. So the length of those dynamos are going to be all capacitor banks. That sounds pretty sweet to me. And then all we need to do is basically connect it up accordingly. And like so. And one more over, right? I think. And, oh. You know what? That's a bit of a situation there. Let's remove that guy. Let's head on up. And actually, you know what? No, we can just remove this right here. That'll work good. So we remove that block right there. And that means that we can then tie in just like so. Perfect. Okay, so that should work. And this should be increasing at a pretty good rate for power. Now, I need to replace all of these with more vibrant capacitors. Because you know what? We need a decent amount of backlog of power at all times. The other thing that I want to make sure that we're doing here is, let's just double check our boundaries. Yeah, we're right on a chunk border, of course. Didn't really look at that. And, okay, so that's the wall there. So we need this one chunk loaded and that one chunk loaded. Okay. So we have the correct things chunk loaded now. We need to get 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 plus another 9 vibrant capacitors. We may actually have that over at the other base. But in the meantime, we are generating about 7,600. Is that about right? Yeah, so far so good. 7,600 RF per tick. That's pretty good for 12 reacted dynamos and stuff that we already have, just kind of sort of lying around. So I'm going to get the other ones and move it over here, and we'll see what we produce. Alright, so here we go. We got a full setup here now, and it looks like we are bringing in around 11,520. I do still need a few more vibrants, and I need to set up another... you know what? Let's see. Do we have Tesseracts? We do. Okay. You know what? We're going to set these guys up on Tesseract power as well, because we might as well. I think that's probably a good idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to go owner only. We're going to go 1, and this is going to be main power. Main power, add. We're going to set this guy to main power. And this is then going to only send and receive... just send. Send only power. Okay, good. So that'll be sending power out of this guy right here, which we will set up accordingly to make sure that it does it correctly. And we need to run over to our ME controller before our system runs out of power. I'm not sure how long that guy's going to actually last here. Oh, lots. We are using about 844 RF per tick. Good to know. All right, we're going to owner only that one. Main power set, and this is going to only receive power. Good. So we should be able to remove this, and we should have consistent power still coming through. This dimensional transceiver now is kind of set up a little bit differently than what we originally intended, and that's fine, because we should be able to actually tweak this a little bit. So that was the input. This was all power before, but now that is only the input for the blaze stuff, right? So let's bring it on over here. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it like right here, I guess. I guess that would work, wouldn't it? So we'll do it right here. That's receiving those items. Good. And basically all we need to do is we throw an ME interface and we connect it up with some of this. Actually, let's do this a little bit differently. We'll do that, and then we'll go like that. There we go. And now we should be able to set this up as extract always active and insert. And all of the items should still get pulled in accordingly and ready to go. Now this does require power. Ooh, I did not know that. Okay. That is a bit of a setback. All right. And we also need to set back up our wireless charger, which we can do quite easily, just like so, and tie it in right there. It's getting power because it's charging my stuff. So we need to get power over to this guy. So let's get a little bit of energy conduit. and just run a little bit of power over. We don't really have power anywhere near here. Maybe I'll move this again closer up to that Tesseract like the others, like I just did that wireless charger. So let's do that instead. We'll do this. Weasel our way through all the things. And there it is. There's our charger. Good. And a little bit more room overall. Okay, great. Okay, so we're going to have the ME interface connected. We're going to have the item conduit that I just put away. Perfect. Like so. Good. And this is going to be insert. And then we're going to have the dimensional transceiver. Now, is this getting power through there? It is not. Shucks. Okay. I was kind of hoping that it would. Well, that's okay. We can easily just do like that, and it should get all the power that it desires for everything now. So this will then be extract always active. Okay, good. Good stuff indeed. That should have that all situated quite a bit better. We should be receiving, we should be sending, boom, 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 good to go. Okay, good. So we're still getting all of our mob-related items, which is wonderful, as well as we now have switched over our power to our new power area over here. Outside of that, I need to get a few more blaze rods and a few more capacitor banks to finish this job up, and then we can come back and see when it's all done. Alright, so we have it all done. It says we're only producing 10,000. I don't know why that would be. These guys are all producing 640 times whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 640 times 18 is what? I don't know. Let me do the quick math here on the other screen. So 640 times by 18 should be 11,520. But then we have the upkeep. That's what it is. The upkeep of the ME system is draining down on it quite a bit. Now, the good thing is we can also set up another row of these on the other side, and we could also go more vertically. So I think total we could have 4 of these in the room, which is pretty awesome. Equally, we have about 650 million RF of storage, along with 300,000. We can actually go more than that. We can go up to the 650 by theory. Let's go 650 and 650. Might as well do max. So that's our max input and output on those as well. So pretty nice system. We got a decent amount of power starting up here. The only other thing that we need to fix up, I think I did a dimensional transceiver over at the machine section. So let's find the power over here, and we probably need to get replacing that and fixing that up. Yeah, I did a dimensional transceiver right here. So it should actually work, but I'm going to replace that with the Tesseract just to make things more consistent across the board, and then that way I know. So that's going to receive energy, main power, set. So all of these should still get all of their power, and we should be good to go. So I don't know what's... This is working. There we go, and it's powering up. Excellent. So we're getting the coal dust. Beautiful. Okay. Good. And this is working again. Excellent. Awesome. Love it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I think that's a perfect time to actually wrap up as well. We are at that time. I'm going to head back to the other base and probably start tearing some of that stuff down. We really are at that stage where we don't even need it over there. So thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you like all the content that's coming at you. And I'll see you next time. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff, and tell your friends. Bye-bye for now. See ya.